Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And the blessed day has arrived.
We've seen teasers, but the full Monty has finally arrived.
Yes, the live action Little Mermaid trailer has been fully revealed. Not as fully revealed as they'd planned in the original Little Mermaid, where she didn't have the strap on her shells.
They were mad, so they put the seashells popping off.
Yeah, but it looks like a live action Disney adaptation. Mm-hmm. Nightmare fuel and all.
Yeah, some things just do not translate from animation to live action, and Flounder, Sebastian, and Scuttle prove that.
Yeah, I think that's the tip of the iceberg. Remember, we've got multiple musical numbers with lots of colorful fish, and they're all going to be rendered realistically, and it's...
I don't think it matters so much until... I mean, it's going to be weird, but it's not going to matter so much until you get to, like, the ones that you interact with the most.
Yeah.
And then it's just weird. It's hella weird, as you would say.
Hella weird. So we're gonna talk about that. We're going to talk about how, some people are like, okay, the trailer looks fine, whatever, but there are... more and more people coming out now and saying, hey, most of these live action Disney remakes are garbage.
Yes.
And we can say that without getting into a discussion about the race swapping. Race swapping aside, and that was an early concern a lot of people had, the movie still looks like a live action Disney adaptation. It'll come and go and people will forget about it probably in a year. I keep forgetting they made a live action Aladdin. Like, oh yeah, they did Aladdin. I forgot about that. They also did The Lion King. I forgot about that too. Actually,
they didn't race swap anybody in those.
They didn't, but no, the genie.
Well, he's blue. Well, yeah,
he's
but I
blue.
mean, he's always been blue. I mean, that wasn't really changing anything.
Well, still, you've got a black man playing a blue man. That's not fair.
The character's still blue.
Anyway, we're gonna talk about this reaction to it. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 298,000 subs, almost 300,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. Greatly appreciated. We've been kind of sort of following the Little Mermaid situation. Geeky runs piratesandprincesses.net, which is an objective Disney news blog.
Okay, I want to say, you weren't allowed to criticize this movie.
You were not allowed to criticize.
I mean, basically, any criticism you had of this movie was met with whatever you'd expect. You know, it's because you're a racist. Let's be honest, that's what it was. It was, you're a racist. I've even had people tell me that it was okay to change Ariel from a red-haired, blue-eyed individual to Halle Bailey, because gingers with blue eyes make up such a small, tiny percent of the world's population. It's actually the lowest population in the world, that there's not enough there to represent anyway. So, because was told that by somebody who was going, yay, representation. And look, I mean, honestly, I have never been like really super down on the whole thing. I just wanted her hair to be ginger, which by the trailer, it does not look that ginger. I'm sorry, it does not. If you had made her more ginger, I'd have been like completely fine.
Nothing in this trailer looks colorful. That's
one of the big problems.
First reaction to it was like, wow, everything looks muddy, murky. Not as bad as Peter Pan, but it all looks very bland.
And where you can get away with it with this. Well, the scenes with Ursula always were murky and dark, which made sense. And yeah. I just not sold on Melissa McCarthy yet. But the rest of the scenes were very bright and colorful. Like they had this bright vibe going on for pretty much the whole movie, except for a couple the ship's on fire and they're under the water in deep, deep sea with Ursula. Yeah. And you're not really seeing that bright, colorful, cheerful, a little bit. You see, it's not all dark.
Well, it's kind of like The Lion King too. What we'll talk about, we're going to show you the reveal of the animal sidekicks, but The Lion King was a very colorful movie, and because they rendered it realistically, it was very drab and everything was beige and
right. And it's the same movie all over again, just done less than
a lesser version of, and that's what
this is going to be,
and that's what people are saying. I mean, again, the race swapping aside, she can sing. I mean, she definitely can sing.
I would argue that it's actually more harmful because they wouldn't make a new character. They wouldn't make a new mermaid, new character for people that are not white and ginger, apparently, is a problem. They wouldn't give them their own character. They're giving them a hand-me-down story, okay, which a lot of people are mad about, by the way. And then they turn around and then make it even worse, so that it's nightmare fuel, it's shit, it's lazy, and it's going to go over even worse than it would have gone before.
People may absolutely hate this movie. They may be like, it's a bad copy of the original, a lesser version of the original. But then what's going to happen is the conversation is going to shift to the race swapping and be like, well, maybe if you didn't race swap the mermaid, you know what I'm saying? So they actually, and this is what happened with Star Wars too, with Reva and so many other Disney, harebrained Disney.
Reva was a new character.
Right, but they basically, and you know, I think they set their black actors and actresses up to fail. They basically put them out as a shield. I think they know this movie is not going to be that great. I think they know it's going to be just another live action Disney product.
People are tired of them.
And they led with, oh, you're just mad about the Black Mermaid.
They did, because up until now, if you complained about it, they didn't show anything other than, you know, her as Ariel. And if you complained about anything, oh, it's too dark. Well, it's because you're a racist. You like dark people. You know, whatever it was, any complaint you had, it's because you're racist. You're racist. Well, now everybody's calling out. It looks creepy.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this because now it's going to be acceptable. And I think we're starting to see a shift. This happened with Peter Pan too, where, you know, race swapping aside, people are like, what the hell did you do to Peter Pan? Why does it look dark and drab? And, you know, and why are we making more of these live action movies? So anyway, let's take a look at Ariel's friends, because they were just about as cool as you thought they were going to be.
Remember when we saw pictures of Flounder before? People, that's not Flounder. That's not Flounder. It is Flounder.
That's totally Flounder. There he is, guys. He is just a fish that's going to sound like a little boy. I
don't know how else you could do it unless you did like a bedknobs and broomsticks type thing. I don't know. And you mix the animation with live action. I don't know how else you could do it, which is another reason why live action adaptations are a dumb idea. And you need to stop effing doing them. Stitch is going to be, I can't.
Oh my God, yeah.
I can't even see what they're gonna do with Stitch. I can't.
I don't think Stitch is gonna be very cute. I think they're gonna go Sonic the Hedgehog version 1 on Stitch. I think he's gonna be well. He's got a pass for a dog, right? Or an ugly dog.
I can't. I don't. A blue one apparently. Yeah.
So this is Scuttle. I mean, this is like a Saturday Night Live parody.
Oh, and Scuttle is gender swapped. It is Aquafina now.
Aquafina is Scuttle now. Yeah, Scuttle. Look at those dead eyes.
My daughter's comment was Scuttle's more ginger than Ariel.
This is Sebastian. Remember when people said, you're lying, Clownfish? That's not Sebastian. That hasn't been proven yet. That's not an actual book. Somebody went to all the trouble of photoshopping a puzzle. Yes. A puzzle. No, there it is, guys. There it is. That is Sebastian.
I mean, like I said, to be fair, I don't know how else they could do it because it would be really, unless they did cartoon versions. But this is why you should never have done this as live action, because the main characters are cartoon fish and animals. It does not translate to live action.
No, this is going to be exactly.
I just want you to see to put a little clownfish in there.
They should, yeah. But clownfish will be the bad guy.
Well, you know what I'm waiting for? You know how Ursula transformed herself into a human to come down to try to trick Eric to thinking that she's what saved him. So you know what the ultimate slap, and I hope they don't do this, is when she transforms herself into a human, she makes herself red hair, blue eyes.
Oh, they would totally do it.
If they do that,
they would totally do like that.
The biggest, you know, yeah.
They would totally do that. They'd be like,
I don't know if they go that far.
Was a wink and a nod to the original Little Mermaid. It's like, no, that was a backhand slap that, you know, Eric got taken in by the ginger. And
I don't know. I just, you know.
Oh my God. Don't give them ideas because they're totally going to do it.
It's too late. They've already done the movie.
Let's go out to the trailer. So it's performing about as well as you would think. Now it's dropped during the Oscars last night.
Which was funny because the Oscars is on ABC, who's owned by Disney.
Yeah, so they were waiting to drop the trailer because we hadn't seen much, and I think they were hiding a lot of it.
Oh, I want to take a moment though, because the Oscars. I don't normally care about the Oscars, but I only cared this time because I'm on Team Everything Everywhere All at Once and Brendan Fraser, and yay! Brendan Fraser and the people from Everything Everywhere All at Once won a shit ton. So yes.
Can we reshoot Indiana Jones 5 and have Indy pass the mantle to Short Round? Is it too late to do that? Because that would make sense. That would make sense from a storytelling point of view because he was kind of like his adopted kid. That would make sense. I'd be okay with that.
Anyway,
the trailer's doing about as well as we thought. 270,000 downvotes, 76,000 upvotes.
I mean, they're going to say, oh, it's racist. Do I think there are some people that are being racist-y yes. I'd be lying if I said there wasn't any. That'd be a lie. Do I think that's the majority? No.
So the trolling continues. I love it when Ariel says you don't have to live at the top of the reef to be somebody. Love the part where Ariel said we all float down here. The part where Ariel solemnly states she kept on running as her little legs carried her across the ocean had me in over 5.9 million tears. One of the best actors.
Spine chills.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't even have a prediction for this one. Because I thought that the other Disney live action movies were dog shit, with the exception of The Jungle Book. I actually thought The Jungle Book was an improvement, believe it or not. And I blame Jon Favreau for all this now, because if The Jungle Book had been dog shit, none of this would have happened. Mm-hmm. It might make $1 billion at the box office.
Oh, people are like, oh, it's going to do so well because they're taking representation and they can't let it fail. It cannot fail because what's going to happen is if it does fail, they're going to be like, people are all racist and representation. But if it doesn't fail, they're going to be like, ha ha ha, in your face, all you racists. Well, so you can't win.
That's the problem. And the thing is it might do okay. Now, I remember everybody arguing that Black Panther without Black Panther was going to break $1 billion easily, and it hasn't. It's only hit like 850 million only, but it has underperformed compared to the original Black Panther. And I think that, we're seeing a decline in the MCU overall. I think we're going to see a decline in live action Disney movies because a lot of them are just getting dumped on the Disney Plus. This one they probably thought had the best shot at making bank at the box office.
And it might.
It might. I really don't know. So I want it to go on record right now because everybody's going to say we said things we didn't say.
They say that no matter what we say.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because they don't actually watch our videos, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know how this one is going to do at the box office. I don't have any predictions for this. I do get the sense that there is overall burnout and apathy toward live action Disney movies.
But they're hiding behind the diversity shield to make sure that they try to we change the character. So you need to come because, you need to support, racial diversity. And if you don't, it's because you're a terrible person. And, I actually, she's the least of the things I hate about this.
I would say that's true. Of everything that I saw in the trailer.
But that's not Ginger.
I know it's not Ginger, but
I'm just like, they said they were going to make her hair gingery to kind of meet in the middle, and that's not gingery.
I will also go on record saying as Halle Bailey is probably the most likable part of the trailer. I think she is the one spark of life in an otherwise dead-looking movie. Like, she seems to really enjoy the role, and the girl can sing. She can absolutely positively sing. There's no argument for me there. But the trailer overall looks dead and drab compared to the original, which was one of the most colorful, vibrant Disney movies ever made.
Or we're going for realism. It's like, yeah, but you don't want to make the audience feel so sad that they want to leave the theater like, where's a cliff I can jump off of? You know what I mean? You need some brightness here.
So Flounder looks like Billy Bass. Remember Billy Bass singing? Like, that's basically what we're going to get in this movie.
So now all the people who own Billy Bass are going to retheme it to Flounder. Yeah. And they make a shit ton of money.
I mean, it just looks freaking weird. It looks weird to see photorealistic fish talking and singing. And they don't show a whole lot of that. They focus on her. I think because they know she's probably the best part of the movie, but I think everything else is going to fall apart. I really do. And then
it's not just us saying it. I want to point that out because you're like, here's a bunch of haters. We keep getting this. Somehow we are behind all the hatred of everything everywhere. And
all at
once, right? And it's like, no, the mainstream media is saying stuff too. It's just that you want to blame us for it because you're so used to the mainstream media taking your side.
So this is interesting. This is coming from Gizmodo. This is one of the outlets that has been, beating the drum, like, oh my God, the racists are mad, whatever. Their own commenters are even, they're like, okay, what's a nice thing I can say about this? It looks very expensive. These movies are soulless, imitative cash grabs. They're rarely as good or better than the animated films they're based on. Every time I sit down and watch one of these live action Disney remakes, I keep asking myself the same question. Why? More people jumping in. The original Beauty and the Beast was on TV over the weekend. I was amazed I could still sing along with the songs and that the story kept me engaged, even though I have seen it dozens of times. I would argue that live action remake is an insult to the classic. That was actually one of the better ones.
I would say it was one of the better ones.
I would say Beauty and the Beast was one of the better ones, but I literally until now forgot it existed.
And the people don't want this anymore, and they just keep doing it. And now it's going to get worse because now we're going into places like The Little Mermaid with creepy animals, and then we're going to go into things like Bambi. Yes, I can't wait to see the live action adaptation of Bambi. And and then over to Stitch. I'm still trying to figure out how they're going to get rid of Lilo and Stitch. That one terrifies me. Legitimately terrifies me what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, and again, these are a lot of times the Disney movies are lightning in a bottle. They were right place, right time. Lilo and Stitch, nobody had any hope for Lilo and Stitch. They were like, it's this quirky, because, Disney was in a slump then. They're like, it's this quirky movie about this little girl from Hawaii that finds an
Lilo
alien.
and Stitch. Our kids did too. Squid King wore the costume. He had 2 different Stitch costumes because he outgrew the first one and he had to have the second one for Halloween. And our daughter was kind of afraid of characters at Disney, but when she saw a Lilo and Stitch, she ran up to them and was hugging onto them for dear life because she just loved Lilo and Stitch. But I don't know how this is gonna go, guys. It's creepy. I know that the Sebastian, Flounder, and Scuttle are nightmare fuel.
Yeah, and a lot of people saying it looks really drab. They're saying it's soulless. Lots of downvotes, which could be for a variety of reasons, on YouTube. But I don't know what this is going to do, because people are pointing out that as bad as Aladdin and The Lion King look, they still made $1 billion.
Right.
But now,
sorry.
well,
Lion King,
okay.
I believe. Aladdin, I don't know.
Yeah, and here's the thing though too. They're banking on overseas markets. They're banking specifically on China. And
I don't know how it's going to go for them.
Look, I'm not going to say much, but let's just say Chinese audiences aren't receptive to people with certain skin tones and leading roles.
Not saying that's right or not. I'm just saying that's just what.
Just gonna leave it at that.
That's how it goes over there, but right or wrong.
Yep. So I don't know how this one's gonna do, but the fact
I'm really interested to see how it does, though.
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see what the reviews are like, to see if people come back and say, hey, this is actually better than the original.
They're going to, but it doesn't mean it's true.
Doesn't mean it's true.
I want to hear from audiences, not from the people that usually shell for the shit.
Yeah, so anyway, we're going to wrap this one up.
Yep.
All right, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.